in behavior begins with change in the heart. Today we'll discuss a very important topic related to our kids, which is attitude. Attitude is a conviction based on beliefs, emotions, and behavior towards an object, person, or idea. Components of attitude. We have three components for an attitude. Cognition, which is the way of thinking of a person. Affect, which is the emotion. And finally, cognition, which is the behavior. We have to consider the behavior to be the observable part of the attitude. So we can judge the attitude of a person from the different behaviors he or she has. In order to change an attitude, we have to start with changing the way our kids think. Let's discuss the different types of attitude. We have 5 types of attitude. Enthusiastic attitude, positive attitude, indifferent attitude, negative attitude, and hostile attitude. Let's take a very simple example in order to explain the different types of attitude, which is the attitude of your child towards studying. If he has an enthusiastic attitude, he will like to study even if you are not stimulating him to do that. A positive attitude, it's the same as enthusiastic, but to a lesser degree. Indifferent attitude, it means it's neutral. Negative attitude can be expressed through the dislike of your child of studying. Hostile attitude, it's extreme negativity towards studying. Children either have positive or negative attitude. In order to differentiate between both types, we have to know the indicators for each of them. The indicators for a positive attitude are friendly, smiling, having a good posture, talking in a nice way, being interested in others, respectful, being calm, doing a good job, and handling anger professionally. How to change our child attitude? We have 2 different strategies for changing our child attitude. Each of them is the extreme to the other. The first one, it's called flooding. And second one, it's called desensitization. Flooding means managing the issue suddenly, while desensitization, it means step-by-step management for this attitude issue. For example, if your child has a great fear in dealing with dogs, flooding, it means exposing this child to a large number of dogs immediately. This strategy may lead to shock, so we do not prefer this type of behavior modification. The second one is desensitization. The child will be exposed to dogs in a step-by-step technique in order for the child to get rid of the fear against pets. Let's start with the different strategies in order to manage the negative attitude. Firstly, we have to select one behavior at a time. Why? In order to make the child focus on this bad behavior. The second step is to establish a baseline. For example, if you are going to control a bad habit like, for example, smoking, we have to know how many cigarettes smoked per day. Third step is to design sub-goals. Sub-goals mean breaking the total goal into small goals. So by the end of this month, I will reduce the number of cigarettes from 20 to, for example, 15. This is the first sub-goal. Next month, the 15 will be 10, and so. We have to set a reinforcer for changing the negative behavior. Reinforcers are motives. We have two types of motives. We have to set a motive for the sub-goal, and we have to set a final motive at the end of the journey. Selection of the motive is based on the need of the person. Finally, we have to write down. Write down, it means we have to document any progress in order to motivate the child to continue the journey. Remember to conduct coaching and guidance for your child throughout the whole journey. Also, we have to support our children to prioritize which behavior they have to start with. And finally, we have to use positive wording in order to encourage them to stop this negative behavior. Motivation, motivation, and motivation.